We coming to review who shit?
Rap shit.
Thank you for joining us I have my very first friend, Aquila. She's with us again.
Hello, hello, hello. This is your girl Aquila from the Conversation Piece podcast. How you doing?
That part. And we're here to talk about rap shit. This show is dope. It is full of inspiration. Every time we only 3 episodes in. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you hadn't seen it, you might want to just go ahead and back out of here. Dudes asking with the
team.
Ooh.
Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Drop them jewels. Drop them. Seems like that's a new motto. Or it could be a new motto. Seduce and scheme.
Yes. At the end of the day, I feel like that's what everybody doing.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Seducing and scheming. So I don't think I feel like, yeah, like you say, it's a motto. But it's a motto that the world need to own up to.
Since day one. That's what mankind's been doing to each other.
So
because it doesn't necessarily have to have a sexual connotation to it.
No.
Seduction is to entice somebody. It's all different kind of ways to entice somebody.
Absolutely. I was like, in real life. When Trick came on.
Oh, yeah.
What? Oh.
That music took me back. I was like, oh, I remember when I used to like rap music.
I know, right? Yes. And I just want to go on record with saying Issa Rae's perspective, like this show being the perspective of social media, is genius. It is so genius. And it's also it's so relatable to now, because what you see, everybody in the restaurants can't eat, got the phone pop. You know what I mean? Like this. Mm-hmm. Like this. You know what I'm saying? And even just in a room, like dude was like, hey, get that camera off my face. When dude was walking around, you know how they was just making it seem like, that's what I call it, you know, trying to make it seem like a certain way. What was your first experience like watching from minute one?
Issa Rae's done it again. She has the pulse of the culture right now. She's tapped into something with Insecure and now rap shit. Yes, she's a true inspiration. Most definitely.
For real. I was looking into her earlier work. Hey, Issa Rae, thank you. You know, for pay, and among other, oh my good, Donald Glover, like, you know, like these people out here, it's so many, I can't just sit here and name them, but y'all out here paving the way, writing the way, and I appreciate that. Because we're gonna come through. But rap shit, I relate to both characters.
Yeah, me too. I find me slightly more relatable, especially in this day and age. I mean, I do I think from a content creator point of view, I definitely relate to Shauna. Most definitely. And recognizing that, you know, both you and I, that's what we try to do. We try to put more positivity out there, get people to think. Yeah, you can find a balance between, you know, your little ratchet topics, but you also want to think like, what, you're not here. We're not here just for plain amusement. Okay. It may seem like that, but we're not here just for plain amusement. You know, that's not part of our purpose. And right. So, and then with Mia's just trying to survive. Just trying to survive, doing what she has to do. I don't agree with every method that she uses. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But
no, what do you mean by that? Go ahead. What do you mean by that?
Well, okay. For instance, in episode 1, works 3 jobs because she has to. She's a single mother, and one of those jobs happens to be OnlyFans. For those of us who may or may not be familiar with with OnlyFans, you know, I mean, because I watched this with my 22-year-old niece, and she came up. She asked me something very thought provoking. She said, "Well, do you agree with OnlyFans? Like people who have to do that?" And it caught me off guard because I was like, Wait, do I?" And I was just like, sex work. I mean, if you want to call it in a form of sex work, on the one hand, it is a very complicated. Is it? I mean, is it morally ambiguous? Okay. Sex work, prostitution, whatever you call it, that's one of the oldest professions known to mankind.
Mhm.
Probably also in the same vein of slavery, right? There are people, for whatever reason, they're gonna get their jollies one way or the other, right? I think if it's somehow maybe regulated to where they're not exploited and abused, and right. And so, but then, right then, like, then the Muslim part of me is like, no, 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 no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
I
why it's like I
understand where
find
you're
I'm all like, yeah, but then we're also living amongst this age of human trafficking and sex trafficking and people exploiting little kids, and it's like I understand that it's complicated and it's hard to answer. And
yeah.
that's what I told her. "Keisha," I said, "There's some people who, for because they've been exploited since they're little kids, like little girls. That's all they know. That's all they know. Is it right? Is it wrong? I can't answer that question, but that's all they know. And so I can't really judge Mia for doing what she has to do.
No, I
Right.
no, yeah, I agree. It is difficult. I feel like to answer, I feel like you can't really answer it unless you do it, unless you're faced with that decision to make. You know what I'm saying? But as far as OnlyFans, that's not the only thing they do though. That's not, it's people out there speak. I'm not a member, I've never been on it, but I know it's people that go on there to speak and like motivational speaking and stuff like that, or whatever, in every industry, like networking and marketing. I think that's what they
But you
created
see
it
how
for.
that works
It's
though? But you
always
see
a
how
back
that
door.
works though? You see how that works, right? When you're
Yeah.
OnlyFans, you're the way that we're because that's all that they're showing us. I mean, okay, as I was talking about gatekeeping, right?
Yeah.
That's only what they're pushing out. They only push out the sexually explicit stuff. So when you hear OnlyFans, you're like, oh, that's some people.
Yeah, and it's not,
And
I don't think
I
that's
didn't know that
what,
people. I didn't know it
yeah.
was.
Oh yeah. And as far as her in particular, I think, and not just her, really all of them have a hustle. It goes to show you, it really, I love how she intertwined that wokeness in that rich black experience, I'm gonna say black American experience, but then also the reality of it. You know, that's very real for just about everybody you meet. Just about, I would believe that they have a side hustle than not. And then most times that side hustle may not be in black and white in the manual. You know what I'm saying? And it may or may not be ethical, you know, to some or to many, or it may not be, you know, it can go on and on and on and on and on. However, I feel like that grind, that's what I dig about this whole series thus far. That grind and the determination is real. It is so real and it's so relatable. You know, for Shauna to feel like she's being stepped on, you know, to feel like her content, you know, nobody's like really vibing with it like that, or not like I guess it should be or something. Feeling that way with us being writers and content creators, you know, the we do those things too. I know I feel I can vibe with that. You know, sometimes I be like, what am I doing this for? And then I have to remember it's not for me. It's
Mhm.
not, I'm not, everything that I do is not, maybe not for me, but that's a different, it's not for me. It can't be for me. You know what I'm saying? But so I can't get caught up on that. But it's easy to get caught up on feeling that way. Oh, I really feel her with that. I'm so like, that inspired me so much. And the get up and the determination that All of them have. Right, wrong, indifferent. It's crazy because she's scamming.
Yeah.
She's scamming. Old dude scamming, but look at what he doing. Not but look at what he doing, because I don't condone scamming. Y'all, I don't condone scamming.
Yeah.
So not but just they're scamming, and he's sending the goods to his home country. I saw that in this last episode, like they buying up all this stuff to send to their home country so that they can get off it or use it or whatever the case may be. So it's like everybody have a reason. That literally reminded me that everybody have a reason. What's your reason? Mm-hmm. What is your reason for doing what you do, and what would you do to get there? What would you do? If you need more money to buy the microphone or convert your closet or just to move marketing, girl, you know what I'm saying? If you need to make certain steps, then what you gonna do to get there?
Yeah.
Hello. My name is Aquila, host of the Conversation Piece podcast, a journey podcast that explores life through the eyes of a BMW, a Black Muslim woman. I don't do boxes, so don't put me in one. Peace.
Stop playing. If you haven't checked out any of Aquila and I's previous reviews, we reviewed Antebellum. We've reviewed The Platform, Love. I went to sleep. Lovecraft Country, and now Rap Shit. Check them out. They're streaming on Spotify. Aquila, the Conversation Piece, they're streaming through her podcast, and they're also here on YouTube. Check them out.
What did you think of the conversation Mia and Shauna had in the car in episode 1, right before they had their viral moment?
It reminded me.
I felt that to my bones.
It reminded me of me and you. Did it remind you? It did, like, just being real. You know what I'm saying? Like, either you gonna take this or you're not. To that point, like, if you gonna take this honesty, you gonna take this transparency I'm giving you, because low-key, this really how I felt about something. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe if you're not ready for my transparency, and that will speak too. Either way, we need to know. You know what I'm saying? So that was so real. I loved it. They forgot they was on live. They had a whole moment, and it was real. It's almost like their connection sparked. That was a visual of a connection sparking. I mean,
even the comments, people were like, "Oh,
yeah, come on with this face."
Comments like, yeah.
I
was like, yes, I mean, definitely with a few friends I've had, but definitely me and you, because me and you have been on a journey,
a whole journey for thousands of years.
I remember once, I forgot what we were going to do. I think incidentally we were going to go to Miami or around Miami, whatever. But I think something fell through at the last minute and I wasn't able to go, or you, like the miscommunication wasn't there, whatever. I remember I was in a parking lot bawling my eyes out. Because at the time I was like, why is she freezing me out? Come to find out. I also look at that moment where you were saving me from that type of a toxic environment, because when you told me the story later, it's like, oh, that doesn't sound like my scene anyway. Yeah. And also God also was saving me from that environment.
Yeah. That's dope, because I never really knew that. Have we talked about that?
I think I told you, but that's when you told me the story. Because again, our wires got crossed, and you.
Yeah. It was a lot. And living in my unconsciousness, that's what I want to call it. I'm grateful for it. Now, I had a lot of fun. But at what cost? You know what I'm saying? At what cost at the end of the day? And was it really fun? Was it really? But anyway, us being so different, yet still from the same basket, is absolutely beautiful to me. And I am so glad that we've had the multiple conversations that we've had, to kind of smooth that out, because as you say, perception, but perception is it literally. Perception is time. Literally. I'm glad we have it. And you know what? This is a great time to remind our viewers and our listeners, y'all, not only tell somebody, I hate for this to be like, or tell somebody you love them moment, give somebody their flowers, but for real, in doing that, really you giving yourself flowers too. It's almost like you shedding dead skin. When you keep it G, make a practice of keeping it G with yourself, but then not only yourself, but the people that are closely around you. That's important, because all that negativity, don't feed me. I ain't hungry. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? And I love that, to bring it back to Shauna and Mia. I love that because they both hungry. They're both like focusing. It reminds me so much of me and you. It really do, because we're both focused. We both write. We both, collab, ideas and encourage one another and push. You know what I'm saying? Either push one another. And I think anyway. So that I really have a deep connection with this show, y'all.
Yeah.
Hello, this your girl, Aquila, aka Aquila and the Bee. Me and CeeCee do reviews for the culture, but guess what? We ain't no vultures. Issa Rae's new show called Rap Shit, Black Insecure, is gonna be a classic. They got a model called Seduce and Scheme, so join me and CeeCee, a part of the Conscious Crew team. Peace.
Seduce and Scheme with the
Conscious team.
Ooh. What's up, y'all? It's your girl CeeCee, and we are awake. And I had to come through to make sure y'all following us in these social media streets.
Duke, okay, the Duke is my least favorite. I listen. I understand where you're coming from. They all have a hustle.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I
Why is she your least favorite?
Because I feel like she's going to exploit these girls. Because when I was doing the research for hip hop, my hip hop project, and doing the research, coming to find out how record companies are pretty much a scam. It's and I feel like I understand her motivation, because all these characters have a motivation of why they're doing what they're doing. I understand her motivation, but it's like, be better than that, But again, as Mia says in first episode, the game is the game. The game is the game.
But you're right. The game
That's the realest thing she said. She said something real every episode. When she said the game is the game, I was like, that is exactly what it is.
Position yourself to play. You don't have to, what they call, sell your soul. You don't have to give up your moral fiber. You don't have to erase you don't have to do that at all. You could just do what you're doing and stay true to that, and it'll elevate itself. At least that's my theory.
But I mean, everything is also in perception, right? Because Shauna feels like she should be at a certain level, but she was still recognized by that dude in the lobby, even at her little level, she was still recognized. But it's like, and for her, it's like, well, how much? It's like, what type of level do you want to be at? What type of exposure are you expecting?
Right. That's a very good point. You hit the nail on the hammer. No, wait, hold up.
You hit the nail. All this reading we doing, we can't call this.
Wait, now hold on. You hit the nail. Wait, you hit the nail on the head with the hammer. I know the hammer's on. Yes. When you said it's all in their perception, because it's Shauna's perception, although she's like obviously conscious, although she's awake, obviously, right? And just with the things that she recognized just in society, and she has a passion to want to do change better, show better, in my opinion. She has a low confidence. And at the end of the day, our flaws and our character, they alter what we perceive. And so to her, she's so in my opinion, she's so focused on not being what she thought she would be, where she ain't really reveling in where she at. You know what I'm saying?
Not only that, in episode 2, you saw the journey story on Instagram, right? She had little, when she's working with Francois Boom, when she's in a studio, and she had a rapper with her. I can't think of her name right now, but Francois was like, hey, like fall back, like she's a rapper, she know what she's doing. Like you saw her at that moment, her kind of like lack of humility. It's like, don't, okay, you working with, it's like, you still, I think she has room to grow still, and she has room to grow humility wise too.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. Absolutely, because her confidence is not, where it will be. I'm sure, you know what I'm saying? She on a journey. So something, we all on a journey, something is lacking.
Let me remind you to detach from whatever it is you want, especially if you haven't begun the journey of finding out who you are. Because how would you know what you want? Unrealized desires, they subconsciously build too, fueling the actions that could very well be your hindrance. And how counterproductive is that? Solution. Sit back, relax, and be in flow to where God is taking you. You will arrive just where you're destined to be, on time. And baby, it's going to surpass wherever you was desiring to go.
The Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Sexy. I ain't gonna lie, she's sexy.
But she represents Miami well.
You think?
Oh, come on.
I think so. Miami's shallow. Miami's shallow. She care.
Miami's always been shallow.
I know. I don't really care for them. Sorry. I don't really, you know what I'm saying? That ain't somewhere you gonna find me.
Like, I don't hang out in Miami that often too. Yeah. We should definitely in the next talk about flex culture. Flex culture.
What's that?
Flex? You know the flex culture?
No.
People out here flexing what they have.
Okay, that brings it to this right here. Okay. Flexing what you have. I feel like Duke of Miami in this program positions herself to flex her moment. She positions herself to have a moment. Like, okay, we can know these stars and these popular people are traveling, but if we don't put ourselves in the path of that and then do the crick neck, social media, you know what I'm saying? And if we don't let other people know, make it what it looked like, really emphasize what it looked like, even for that smidgen of moment. Because as you could see, when she went home, she out on the road grinding for 2 weeks, but when she went home, it stunk like I don't know what in the house.
But this is the thing, right? Do you think she's being held back because she's a female? She has all the qualifications of a hustler, an entrepreneur. Yep. But it's almost like they're also showcasing, the gender equality too.
Yes, absolutely. And I don't like that, but that goes to show you. Now, okay, that's deep. That whole everybody's struggling to get paid. Do you know why? These men and women will never make those mistakes that they made again. Because I'm sure the dude had to come out of pocket with all them drugs. The dude had the, you know what I'm saying? Like getting all the people. She had to front something and she get her money on the back end. She have, women, she managed women. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they have worked out. And she have everybody have their hustles. But to not do the due diligence, it's a way to do things. And to not like move with a business mindset, you're going to end up stuck. And I really feel like, because everybody in it, like, dude, the producer, he seemed like he a dope producer. But he done lend himself out to somebody that would take advantage of him because he's so hungry. He's so blind to the fact in the moment because he excited. You know what I'm saying? I'd do anything, but no, hold on. I ain't doing nothing.
And they saw that and they exploited it. It reminds me of a young Kanye West. When Kanye West was first signed to Rockefeller, they just saw him as a producer. That's it. But they exploited his genius, right? He took it upon himself to make an album. And they kept shelving the album. And so Kanye had taken it upon himself to shoot through the wire. And look how low it worked. The man just happened to be in a car accident. He happened to survive. He happened to get his jaw wired shut. But something Kanye was like, something was like, and this speaks to his genius. The man created a masterpiece with his jaw wired. And they still
determination.
And so he was like, you know what? So he had to grind to have a showing. He invited Damien Dash, showed a video, and Damien's like, wow. You know what I mean? Then that's when Damien saw, like, oh.
Yeah, I saw it. Oh, yeah.
That's what it reminded me of. And so with Lamont, I love Lamont.
I do too. He trying. Yes. And he young. He tried. He young, but he was raised right. Not to say nobody else won't, but he was raised. He got right in him. You know what I'm saying? And he want to do. And he's so hungry. He's so hungry that you slip and fall by offering your services and you ain't got paid yet. What business do that? That's what I'm saying. People get exploited by not having your business in order when you making these moves. Because ain't nowhere in the world it's 3 months later and you have an invoice due. You have an invoice and here I am barely making. Carter got repaid, girl.
She's also showing us brilliantly that's how the entertainment business works.
Yes. And
for all you guys out there who want to I just want to be in Hollywood. I want to be in Hollywood. This is how the game is the game. That's how the game works. Mm-hmm. The talent is always the last to get paid. Mm-hmm.
And it depends on how you position yourself. Yeah, it depends on how you position yourself to get paid at all. You are absolutely right. And she is once again a genius for that. I love how she this episode 3, something for the hood. I felt like for real, was something for the hood. I grew up in the hood. Shout out to the hoods everywhere across America. You feel me? Shout out for real, because I really feel I like vibe with it, like everybody, because I'm not saying everybody, but business principles are not really taught like that. Yeah, they're businessmen. They're successful businessmen and women that, come from the hood, but it's fewer talking and teaching that. You understand what I'm saying? And then it's even fewer listening. This puts everybody on notice, I feel. This make sure, learn what you're doing. Learn the ins and outs. It's not just about knowing how to rap or your relationship with words or writing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just about that. You also got to know how to move.
Show business.
Yes.
Entertainment industry. Yeah.
I love how she did that, because what everybody has in common right now, everybody from the hood, what everybody have in common right now is money struggles. People on the money and them not trying to figure out how to collect or whatever, just money. It's something like not aligning with effective business principles. and that's so deep. That is so deep. Look at all the people in R&B, like in the 90s, like R&B and even rap, that was just used. I'm talking about use. It makes a bad you used in a position that you're gonna be used for the rest of your career. Now you know you're being used. How to move now? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And it ain't just about rapping, but it's just it applies to anything. It literally applies to everything. The whole game. The game. What game are we talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, the game of life. The game of life. And I am not talking about what's in the box. Because, girl, I might want to redo that. But anyway, rapping like sisters with self-respect versus when she has on the mask, then she on her queen shit. And that's boring. Like when she's bringing that Afro, like really expressing herself in an Afrocentric fashion. You know what I'm saying? And saying, giving us that work. But people, they're not responding to like her mask being on. That's like a manifestation of confidence. But it could be what she wants to, a style of expression. But you know what I'm saying? Because she did rap without it on site. Because she got it in her. But it's just something with that, how when she's talking about like societal things, culture, versus when she's talking about righteousness in a way. Does that make sense? Because that's when like, oh, my daughter will be listening. I want my daughter to listen to you. She was like, oh, how's your daughter? I ain't got one yet.
Right.
Also, what you saying is this, I'm dropping that wisdom that's gonna be around for a while. That's what you're saying. But wisdom isn't relevant to now.
Right. Wisdom's always relevant. Yeah.
No.
Wisdom isn't going nowhere. I mean, come on now. I mean, it's.
But that's how people perceive it. Girl, why Issa Rae put out there about them neighbors being that nosy? The neighbors be knowing, don't them? The neighbors be knowing in real life. Hey, you looking for your car? I saw her, right?
I mean, you saw somebody doing. First of all, you saw somebody stealing something that clearly didn't belong to somebody, but you still were like.
But it wasn't stolen. It was repossessed.
Oh, they repossessed it.
Yeah, they repossessed it. He having money problems. The people, he did all that. Didn't pick up his daughter from school.
That's right.
Busting with the baby mama because he's so focused and ain't in touch with nothing else. Sacrificing all of that for what? That man's sending you on a runaround. 3 months. And he's established. But they done got the beat and moved on and did completed their projects and stuff. And they getting paid. But he's sitting there like trying to chase his money down. I was so mad. That is not cool.
It's not, but unfortunately, that's a part of the game.
Exactly.
And that's not the only business that happens in either. That's a part of life. There are people out there who they're going to use you. But the thing is, like, will Lamont learn from that and do it again? I bet you he will.
I bet you he will. I bet you Duke gonna start putting something in place. Duke gonna start putting something in place to where she gonna get some money up front. Like, yeah, I can bring da-da-da-da-da-da-da, but let me get da-da-da-da-da-da. She's supposed to get 10% of the bar or something, or the bar or the door, something, but he just like throwing her whatever because like she said, all the people that was in there, they spent a whole bunch of money and they came off her hype. But he just
I feel they did that because A, she's a woman, and then B, she's also a gay woman. You know how not all of them, but you know how some Black men view, especially Black women, gay Black women who have that masculine energy. Come on now, let's be real about it.
But that is, yeah, right. You know, I'm finna go there slightly, because I'm saying we as a people be so quick to, talk about this, that, and the third, or the injustices of this and injustices of that. And those things are valid, hence their injustice, status. They are valid. But what about what we are collectively as a nature doing to Black women of color in general? What about that? How is it okay to play with kids? How is it okay to touch on people? Period. How is it okay to just think you could just do whatever because what now? How is that okay? And it's been okay, like, to just shit on women. That's okay. You could do that.
What did you think of Jill? Her quote unquote friends, Jill and Fatima.
It's funny you say quote unquote. I feel like this show is written in frequency. Like, the people that vibe together are having that similar energy or frequency, they tend to band together, like the producer. And then, okay, first let me stick to this. And then there's the other crew. Not that they're low vibrational beings, but maybe they're just not as clean cut energy wise as the other people. Jill, she could have just kept it G and been like, yo, I'm scared to talk to them because I just started here. Let me, keep doing your thing. Da da da. Let me throw your name in. Just be real about it instead of hiding from her. Not answering her calls, but then not only that, calling somebody else, the other friend, talking about it and asking them about it. And I'm glad she kind of was like, girl, like, tell her, or, like that type of attitude with it, because I don't know, I ain't really connected.
Yeah, Fatima said you can support her from afar. I was like,
yeah.
They hitting at something. They hitting at something.
Right. So I don't know what's up with that. I guess she don't necessarily get down with that whole, what it might look ghetto to her. Mia might seem hood to her. No, Mia is a real woman, a whole woman. That's out here. You know what I'm saying? She is a whole woman out here making moves and believing in herself, acting on faith, really. I mean, they're saying the same thing. Their message is the same way. It's just they have their way. My name is Shauna, and I got my way to do things. My name is Mia. I have my way to do things. And then it tripped me out how this group, how connected this group is. And that happens in real life. It's like, darn, he produced beats. Your baby daddy produced beats.
It's like they have all the pieces there, but they're so conditioned, like, oh, we need somebody within the industry. You have all the pieces right there.
Yes.
But you see how quickly Lamont made that banging ass track? I was like, okay. I'm like,
okay, I ain't stopped Kane Wayne. Shout out to Kai. Hey.
Right. And then like you were saying, how she was ingenious to put this in the social media area, right? So they can take that, upload it to SoundCloud. How many people got big off of SoundCloud? It happens. Like, you can get there. It's just that it may take you a little more access to get there.
Yeah.
You don't have to do things the industry quote unquote way. There are ways to get there. You don't have to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
They have all the ingredients there. So it's just but something tells me I love it so far. I love it so far. It's like you see them getting there, but I mean, it's like life is gonna teach them a lesson along the way. Oh, child. life is real.
They're gonna make it through. They're gonna make it through to the other side. And when they get there, I don't want nobody. And I know they're gonna show it because it happens in real life. Talking about this, that, and the third. Oh, what about? Or man, watch out. And I hope that shows the price of oil. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in a spiritual way, just the oil press, the things that we go through, with the things that we're pressed through, and then the price of that the what's left. You know, after you've been through hard times, you've learned lessons, and that liquid that's left is priceless. But it goes to show you everybody that's, I hate to say that made it, but that are seen hella successful, they done been through something. It's like, I don't know, it's too ratchet, this, that, and the other child, they're gonna be on her nuts.
They were the first ones. They're the first ones. So, yeah, I was with them from day one. No, you weren't. No, you weren't.
And that happens in real life. And people don't think about that. People walk around here straight ignorant, like for real. And I say ignorant in a fashion of not knowing, but ain't trying to find out either. What is that? Ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Ignorant to the fact. What's the fact? Life.
Yeah. Ignorance is not always bliss.
It ain't blissful at all. I mean, I guess sometimes, I guess I could see how they say that, but at the end of the day, it's going to catch up. You're going to have to make up for something somewhere for not knowing and not wanting to find out. So that was a whole bar. That's a whole word right there. Ignorance. We should talk about that.
You think she and old boy gonna make it? Her and Clifford, Mr. Politics, her boyfriend. I don't think. I don't think so.
You know what? Clifford seemed a little real though. He seemed like he's connected to reality. I don't know. The jury's out on Clifford. Because I would hate to judge, not judge him, but I would hate to put Clifford in a box because he's educated into politics and like what he looks like and what school he go to, because immediately I'm think, what you talking? But I don't know. There was a connection somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. The jury's out.
About Fatima?
Oh, she like him.
Of course. That's why I'm like, like, yeah, he
might not be aware that she like it. He might not know that she like him. You know, women are complex. We are complex.
Yeah, but guys are not stupid.
Right. No. I feel you, but I don't know. He seems to be hella focused. He seemed to be like every other word.
He is. He's very driven.
Yeah, every other word is the word study. Like I'm studying, like, I study with them. You know, I'm finna go study. Yeah. Everything is like, so he's like all about, you know, his career, education, I should say. So
but him trying to judge her through the lens of Mia is not fair. You know, it's like he's like saying like, pick better friends or pick better people to hang around. It's like, she could say the same thing about you, you know? Yeah, they're studious, but it's like, you guys are studying all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't try to make it look like what it ain't. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's real. I can't wait to see. Issa Rae, you've done it again. I feel like, and real recognize real all day. Duke and Mia had a real conversation when she was asking her like, yo, like, I'll do this, but I'm gonna do this as your manager. You know what I'm saying? I think she see them for who they are, and then their journey that they're on, just like they sound good. You know, they tell my song, they're cool people. So why not? Because this could be my way as well. In her eye, you know what I'm saying? So I really think I could be wrong.
I mean, for a character who relishes living in the moment, trying to capture the moment, she does see the potential in them in this moment. But again, it's like, what you don't want her to, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like her, like that Francisco, the dude, the man, the producer that took advantage of her, he flawed.
Francois, yeah.
Oh, Francois, he flawed. Like you could just see it. Like he flawed. Like he ain't even really real like that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's not surprising. That's not surprising. But maybe she didn't see it. Shauna, obviously she didn't see it. I bet she'll never make that mistake again. It's some mistakes that they're going through that's teaching really life lessons. It's giving it to them. That's the same thing with life, period. When we're not prepared, or when we make a biased decision, you know, like what's going on? What's on your desk right now?
Well, let's see. I recently found out that my podcast got over 1,000 streams, a little over 1,000 streams. And so I'm going to season 5. I'm just going to do like a top 10. I'm also working on some short stories. I recently pitched a producer, and my naivete and show, I was like, I ended the call. I was just like, that ended terribly. That was terrible. I was like, she said, the one that I pitched her, she says, you're 2/3 there. Again, this is like baby steps. Sometimes it takes years to get something into development. So,
but you're doing.
Like I'm in a process, but yes, I'm putting you gotta take chances. Yeah.
And you got here because you a dope writer, and you're gonna hear yes, honey. I believe you are gonna hear yes. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, man. Y'all be sure to follow Aquila and the conversation piece. It's on my favorites list. I don't even have to do nothing. It come up and I press play. You know what I'm saying? Because I love what you're doing. I really, really, really do. I am a fan. Yeah, for sure. Rap shit comes along and it's like, yeah. You know, it's like that fire. It's like when I watch it, I'm charged. I'm like, yes, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this today. So what's up?
That's CeeCee, y'all. That's CeeCee. Just encapsulated herself right there. Like, what is CeeCee like? You just saw it.
Yeah.
That was just a snippet. Now imagine being in a room with her for like 2 or 3 hours on end. And you got some music playing in the background too, girl.
Ooh, a whole vibe.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all gonna get it.
Thank you so much for joining us in the Vibe Clinic today. Y'all already know, check out the Conversation Piece podcast. Information and link will be provided in the description. So, yo, we out of here, y'all. Peace.